At this point, this is like Bird v. Man, and Bird is winning.
Warning, this podcast may cause uncontrollable laughter, side-eye stares, and questionable life choices. You're listening to The Big Party Show with Big Party and Molly.
It's the Big Party Show podcast, Broadway.
Sounds so good. You made callbacks. We're going to ask you to come back. If you could put together another tight 16 bars, we would love to hear it.
Okay. All right. It's bpscrasher@gmail.com. You can shoot us a text at 402-915-0962. Also, bigpartyshow.com is where everything lives. That's our website. You can get the links to all the podcasts, also to YouTube. And there's merch there. I just added some new merch, actually.
Yes.
Did you like that?
It's super cute. Team Rocky.
Team Rocky.
I just don't want anybody from like trademark infringement to come after us.
I mean, we're not selling a million shirts, you know.
No,
so
it's true.
Yeah, so you can go there. And also we have stickers. We've got some requests from Rebecca, and a lot of other people wanted stickers. So we put some stickers up there you can get from the Big Party Show. And also if there's any ideas or anything like that, Susie messaged and said Team Molly. And then also a shirt she suggested that my coworker is needy for you to wear.
Oh my God, I
me.
totally need to get that. Can you imagine if I wore that to the newsroom?
Oh, that would
my
be
coworker's
fun.
needy. Like, which one of you guys?
Yeah.
I don't want to say, but we can take a poll.
So, yeah. All right. So that's bigpartyshow.com. All right. Before we roll, let's winners. Nate Bargatze. Everybody's asking, who won. And I'm just going to tell you, no last names here. Tracy, Katie, Chris, Haley. They each scored a pair of tickets to Nate on Saturday. And then Rebecca Rosen's live show. There's still tickets available, I think. You just go to RebeccaRosen.com and get tickets. But Rebecca and Sherry were the winners for that live show that's going down Saturday at the JCC.
And Rebecca is not Rebecca Rosen. She did not win tickets to her own show.
She did not win tickets to her own show. So there you go. There's your winners. Thanks for playing. There's a lot of entries. And, yeah, we'll have more stuff coming. We're working on other fun stuff for the Party Crashers, that's for sure. I've lost the battle with the bird, the battle of the deck. You remember I told you there was a bird trying to put a nest in?
Yeah.
Yes. I talked to my sister-in-law, Katie, and she said last year that she, outside of the front, they put like a wreath up there, a wreath, whatever you call it.
Oh, and it nested in there.
Overnight, she said. Overnight, there was a bird there, and so they just left it, and it just pooped everywhere and just made a giant mess all over the place. So I'm like, that's not happening because it's right there on the deck.
Yeah,
so
gross.
I walk, and this thing has been trying to build this nest, Molly, for at least 2 weeks. Whenever we had Rebecca on, that's when it started. So I get up in the morning, I go out there, and there's a bunch of stuff that he's trying to build a nest out of.
Yeah,
and
twigs and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing just kind of watching it because I'm knocking it down, right? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, God, that's all like stringy plant stuff. I can walk around in nature and not find stringy plant stuff to make a nest. I mean, I don't know where he's finding this stuff. And so I knock it down, and then I come back, and he does it again. I know, I feel so terrible.
Seriously, think of all that work. The guy's like, are you kidding me? It's like you're putting an addition onto your house. You come home, and some giant has just demolished it. You're like, I gotta start all over again.
I feel terrible.
I'm not going to not build here. Sorry, friend.
I feel so bad. And so later on in the day, this is happening like twice a day, I knock it down again, but there's not as much, right? But then finally I come back. This is every day I'm doing this. I do it so often that I have a broom sitting right by it so I can just pick it up and just knock it down into the grass. And then again, now this thing is getting smart. He's like, all right, you want to do that? I'll build it faster. And now it's getting bigger. I'm knocking it down. I'm like, I do not want these birds there. And so all day yesterday, nothing. He's gone. I'm like, bye. I go outside this morning and I walk over there because I was moving some furniture. And I glance up and I see nest material again. I'm like, great. He worked in the overnight. That thing was in there. He's up there. He built a nest in 24 hours, less than 24 hours in the overnight. And he's just sitting there staring at me out of one of his eyes.
Do it. Do it while I'm here, coward. You won't do it while I'm sitting here, will you? Mm-hmm.
No, it startled me because now I don't know what to do. Now that he has actually completed and finished his home, I can't just knock it down.
No, he owns that. It's out. Like, he's not going to stop. So just let it be. At this point, this is like Bird v. Man, and Bird is winning. He's like, I'll see your broomstick and I will raise you more building material. Yeah. And now I'm going to hang out in it. So if you really want to be totally passive aggressive about this, we're going to make this aggressive now. Look me in the eye.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he was adorable. Or she. It's got to be a she. I don't know what species, the male or female that builds the nest.
Eggs to come on. I'm pregnant. I mean, that's the other thing. She's like, I'm pregnant and you're making this so much harder than it needs to be.
I mean, this thing is just rapid building. I couldn't even believe it. And then Wileen, the sweet Wileen, was heading out to work and she can hear me screaming. I'm like, all right, your bird won. Your bird won. You got to see your bird. So she comes back up and I'm like, you got to go outside and look at it because it's up there just hanging out, taunting me. And it was gone. It was gone. He flew off. He's probably back. Probably popping some eggs. I just don't know what's going to happen when that happens. If anyone knows, shoot us a message. Is this thing going to dive bomb me? I saw some funny video that was like on America's Funniest Videos or something, where the bird had put a nest right at the entrance of the door where the light was. Mm-hmm. And this thing kept attacking this woman whenever she tried to go in the house. And so now do I lose my deck to this bird? That's even worse.
For a little bit. Not for a long time, but maybe for a little bit. I mean, we had that situation.
Okay.
We have, a rain spout and it bends.
Yes.
Up to the top. Yeah. And it built a nest up in the bend of the rain spout.
Hoping it would go do that. We have plenty of those.
And then, but it's right by the front of the house. It's right by the front door. So if you walk down the gangway, it would like chirp really loud. Like you could hear it like when the postman came.
Okay.
It'd be like it would flip out. I'm like, oh my God. So like if I was sitting in the living room, hanging out, just like reading or whatever, you could always tell like when somebody, I mean, it was kind of better than a guard dog.
I was going to say.
Nobody was going to sneak up on the house.
So yeah, I guess maybe I can try to friend it somehow, maybe give it food or something.
Yeah, I don't know how you win it back after you've destroyed its house like 16 times.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you're going to have to do a lot of relationship building. There's a lot of trust building that needs to happen. They're going to think, is this guy just being nice so he can get close enough with that stick of his, break my house up again?
I can't now. He has a nice pace. I mean, it's nice. It's better than any, gutter or anything, drain spout or anything like that. It's covered up very nicely. The wind shouldn't affect it too much. No rain's going to get on it. It's just like
perfect.
What does bird poop do, though? Is that washed? I'm guessing I'm going to have to power spray the hell out of it next year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Backyard problems. People problems. Jeez, what do you do? Hey, I got a card from my sister and her husband Larry and Lily and Tanner.
I love it. What holiday are we celebrating?
Well, the title, and I had to explain it to the mailman the other day. I said, well, Christmas time, I said, when you deliver all those Christmas cards, well, I don't want to be on anyone's list. And I said it out loud. Do not, take me off your list. And that's kind of why it's titled my name in parentheses. It's something like does not want Christmas, cards or something like that. Hennig. And then this is an Earth Day card.
I was going to ask, happy belated Earth Day to you.
Yes. Get this. So I didn't know this. Maybe I just crossed it out, but there's a little fun fact on this card. It says, remember on this day of days, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Have you heard of this?
Mm-hmm.
It's located
miles.
It's located between California and Hawaii, covers 1.6 million kilometers. That's 617,000 square miles. 617,000 square miles. It's not a solid island, but people, this is a plastic soup is what they're calling, containing an estimated 1.8 trillion pieces of plastic just floating out there. What the hell? What are we doing? That's crazy. That's insane. It's tons of stuff. It weighs over 100 million tons, and it's held together by the North Pacific Gyre. I'm guessing a gyre is some type of current of some sort that kind of keeps it all together and just floats out there. And it's not the only one. There are 5 other garbage patches in the world's ocean. Happy Earth Day! Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Yeah. No, it's not a happy piece of trivia. The minute you mentioned Garbage Patch, I was like, oh, this isn't going to go well. Yes, I've heard of the Garbage Patch. It is. I don't think I realized it was quite that big.
That's insane.
I knew it was big. I didn't realize that. Did you say 617,000 miles? That can't be real.
617,000 square miles. I don't even know what the square miles is of Nebraska. That's big.
So do boats just have to go around it?
I don't think boats can travel that. They must not travel that. If they do, they must have to go around it. The majority of the debris is microplastics.
Gross.
Yeah. And it's that's insane. It's not only fishing gear, 100 million tons. Yeah, that's make every day Earth Day is what it says.
Yeah. Stop using plastic. Try. It's real easy to do. It's not anything.
We tried.
Super hard to find.
It is. We tried it. I was like buying glass, containers to put in the ketchup or whatever. And then I'm just realizing, I'm like, it's coming in plastic. It's probably been in plastic the whole time. So what's the difference? And then I just got sick and tired of it. I'm like, now I got to wash glass jars all the time. I mean, because it was all because of that microplastic that they keep talking about. That we have like a credit card worth a month or something like that.
Yeah, like in your body or something. I know.
We weirded out ourselves with that. But that's always going to be an issue. Is those microplastics because of plastic?
Yeah, you want to go off the grid. I mean, look at your house. There's so many microplastics just in the construction. I mean, this bird out there probably is unbeknownst to itself using microplastic. Like it's like, oh, I found this piece of, whatever, and I'm putting it in my net. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Like unless you went off the grid and decided to just go ahead and live off the land. And I don't know what the answer is otherwise, honestly. Like you can drive yourself crazy. Like if you decide to go down that dark hole.
I don't want to go down that dark hole. There's garbage like crazy in my neighborhood behind the fence.
Like blowing around?
Yeah, I'm off L Street. You got you've got the Sam's Club, the Walmarts, and all that. They should be held accountable for all of that because it is really bad. If you notice around any grocery store, there's just garbage everywhere. I mean, it looks like people just don't use garbage cans. I just think it's people and things blowing out of their car, maybe blowing out of garbage cans, but it is bad. And then about 1.5 houses down, there's a clump of trees, right? And I saw some guy walk out of it. I'm like, what is that guy doing in there? And then now I'm like a creeper. So whenever I drive by, I slowly drive by. Oh, and I'm like, there's a tent in there.
Oh, he lives in there.
There's people that live in there. And I'm like, oh, God, I don't know what to do. I mean, it's a perfect place. I mean, I was like, bravo, dude. I would have stayed there. That's like camping.
How many houses are you going to disrupt in your neighborhood? First, you talk about the bird. Now you're talking about some random guy. You're like, listen, well, I will not have people just living off the land nearby me.
Well, I don't know.
There's a theme going on right now. Are you going to go and like scare some rabbits out of their hole?
Get off my lawn. No, it's like a homeless camp growing, is what it is. And because right across the street is where, a lot of them will stand with the cardboard things.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's not trashy. I can't see. And it's not like I don't know what's going on in there. But it's one of those pine type trees that are thick. There's 3 of them. They're thick. And underneath, it's always hollowed out a little bit because that's what it is. So now I'm driving, and now I'm like aware of this. And so I'm driving down the road, probably about 3 or 4 more houses down. There's another clump of trees. I'm like, okay, is anyone living in there? And I look in there, and it's thinner, but inside that area is a shopping cart. And there's just garbage like you would not believe, just tons and tons of garbage. And I thought to myself, did you move?
You are a monster. Oh my God. Nothing can save your soul.
Well,
you're like,
hey.
Are you moving with your grocery cart? Stop. These are people's lives you're talking about.
I know that. I'm just saying that it's trashed, and apparently I'm guessing that whoever was living there decided to go down there. I mean, think about that, Molly. He's at a spot, or they are at a spot where they can just cross over the street. And sure. I mean, that's just like working in your backyard. I'm like, that's freaking brilliant. I mean, that's what I would do. If I was stuck in a situation like that, 100% I would do that. As opposed to, walking from a distance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're going to work close to where you are. This is, of course, a future where Wileen has gotten sick of you and kicked you out. And all you have to your belongings is your camping gear.
I do.
And then you just have to like make it work somewhere. You try in the park. And then the cops come by and they're like, you don't have a permit to camp here. You're like, I don't.
Uh-huh.
My wife kicked me out. They're like, well, you can't stay here. Get a hotel like every other normal guy that's been kicked out of his house. You're like, I'm not spending that kind of money. I've got a perfectly good tent. This is so an alternate reality where this happens.
I know.
Wileen will never kick you out. She's too sweet.
I know. But yeah, I've thought about it. I mean, a lot. I mean, when you see a lot of people and that are, out needing assistance, enough to stand there and that's just got to be, I don't know what you would call it. It's like, I don't know, just standing there and asking for money. A guy just the other day had a sign that said, I just got a job.
Oh, good.
I was like, well, that's cool. Right on. He goes, but I don't get paid for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I need help right now.
Don't you remember that?
Yes.
I remember that, like in my 20s.
That was the worst.
Where you were like looking for a job and you were like, yeah, I got a job, but I still don't have any money. I mean, they don't give you cash up front. Like you've got to put in the time, the 2 weeks, and you are just white knuckling it until that first paycheck comes. Oh my God, I do not miss that feeling.
No.
It's just the worst.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do and you're showing up and you're doing the work and you're going in every day and you still, like, I just remember I worked, when I first started working at Second City, I was working in their box office and I didn't have any money for food.
I know.
And they had a kitchen in the back. Like, if you go to watch a show, you can get things like pizza or like cheese and crackers, stuff like that. They didn't have like a full kitchen. It was like one of those like BS kind of like you could get pretzels or popcorn and stuff like that. And I remember like every once in a while they would leave the kitchen door unlocked and I would go in there and I would like take crackers.
So you would steal?
Yes. Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
I didn't have any food.
Yeah.
I had no money. I had no food. I had no money. I had nothing. I had the money to take the bus to get to work. And it was when I first moved to Chicago, and I didn't have anything. And so it was one of those things where they, when you start a new job, they take you on a tour. Like, hey, and here's this, da 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 da. The kitchen's usually locked up, but that's where they do all the drinks and stuff like that. I was like, note to self. And it was like one day where I was like going to the bathroom and I saw somebody come out and I was like, oh, the kitchen's unlocked. And I went in there and I was like, crackers,
food. I do not miss those days. I remember
there was a girl who worked in accounting, and she like tried to have like a moment with me. She's like, hey, she thought I had an eating disorder.
A human.
I was like, no, I'm poor. Like, this isn't an eating disorder. It's called poverty. She's like, I mean, it's just, I never see you eat. You're always just, you're so skinny and you never eat. Like, do you want to talk about it? I know we live in a really, because I worked at a comedy theater. They're like, I know it's all about appearances here, but there's no reason to starve yourself. And I was like, well, I'll tell you what is a good reason to be starving? Poor.
Most of
you want to help a girl out, go buy me a bagel.
Most of us have been there. Most of us have been there during that moment.
Because that was the thing, is that you got to, you when you were working, you could have as much soda as you wanted.
Okay.
So like there was like, they left the bar open in the front, so you could have as much coffee or tea or soda or whatever. I would just like, but it was so bad because the soda that they had wasn't Coke or Pepsi. It was RC.
Oh God.
I know.
Gross.
So gross.
Yeah.
So gross. It's so funny because people would order like, I'll take a Jack and Coke. I'm like, you're getting a Jack and RC. Like, you're not going to be able to tell, but at the same time, like, gross.
Was it Fountain RC?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So they didn't ever really tell. They just say.
No, you wouldn't be able to tell. You just see like somebody out of the gun. And I would chug those because it was just like basically like sugar, right? Like it was like just to have calories.
Food, something.
Something.
Oh God. Yeah.
That's when we had our the gas, like we had a gas stove, we had our gas shut off. And so I had to learn how to cook out of a toaster oven. That was like the way that like, and I wanted to write a cookbook, like how to make a meal out of a toaster oven.
That's survival right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
you learn,
you do.
You learn pretty quick. Like you have to get creative.
I saw,
and it was one of those things where it's like, I could have gone to a like, I think about it now. A friend of mine volunteers at a pantry. Mm-hmm. And I think about this now and I'm like, I could have gone to a pantry. Like I was in a situation where it's like, I could have gone and been like, I need a loaf of bread or what have you, but it never dawned on me. You know what I mean? Like I just graduated college. It seemed anti-intuitive to be like, I have a college degree, but like stolen crackers.
Yeah. I mean, when I volunteered at the Open Door Mission, and Wiley and I did, and we worked in the cafeteria, that's sobering as well.
Yes.
But yeah, we cooked and prepped food. It was the first time I ever worked in the kitchen, like that. So I was literally like a sous chef. And then there was
Did
other
you like
things.
it?
I loved it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at some guy because he was trying to cut up broccoli, heads of broccoli. Yes, exactly. I said, Wiley, you know what? I could get that done 10 times faster than that guy. That guy's technique is terrible. Then I realized, that guy's just getting through the hour.
Right. He's like, listen, dude, I'm just doing this is me donating my time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not a professional broccoli cutter. You're right. You caught me.
Well,
I'm an engineer.
Yeah.
I build buildings, but I don't know how to cut broccoli. You're like, well, you're doing it wrong.
It was weird because I'm quick and fast with things, right? I don't really sit around, and the way I look at it is that if it's going to take me 2 hours to do something, I'd rather do it in 1 hour if I don't like it. You know what I mean? And then move on to something else. And so whatever the head kitchen guy, those are all chefs, by the way. Whenever the kitchen chef guy would give me a task, I would rapidly get it done. And then I'd go up to him. Hey, is there anything else? It got to a point where there's nothing else to do, but it was like, well, why don't you just kind of hang out and then we'll serve food and then we can go from there. I was like, okay. And I did that for a couple days, volunteering. But yeah, it was actually pretty fun. The food I've never been there before. The food was good. It was all good quality food. So yeah, you could have went to a pantry.
I know.
And
I think about
food.
that. My girlfriend was just talking about it. It's amazing to find out about all these companies that you don't even realize how generous they are.
Yeah. Oh, it's nuts, Molly. The food that comes in, like during the summertime, the schools still, not summertime, I guess I don't know when it is, but when school's on break, like we'll just say for the Christmas
lunches,
they still have all this food that gets delivered. Well, they take all that food, whatever they don't serve, and take it to the Open Door Mission and other cafeterias. So yeah, there's tons of donation. I couldn't believe the size of like meat. I mean, just giant things of meat. I wanted to steal it. Yeah, it's nuts out there. Cause if you're not there and you don't see it behind the scenes, you just don't know, about how that all works. But yeah, you could have made it to.
I didn't even think, honestly, like at the time, like I didn't even think about it. Cause I just thought I just need to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of one of those things where I was like, but the thing, going back to your point about the guy who had the sign who said, I have a job, but I don't get paid for 2 weeks. The problem is that you it takes a while to dig out of that hole.
It does.
Because when you get paid in that 2 weeks, that money's spoken for. That money is going into whatever you've been coasting on, whatever card you've been using to, gas up your car or buy groceries to make it last. You're paying everything down. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like you're working even that first paycheck. It's not like, now it's easy street. Like I got that first paycheck.
You're just chasing. You're chasing. I don't know if I've told you about this, but there's a video. There's some guy on like I think it's TikTok or something like that. But basically, he starts this video. It's like, I'm going to try to make dinner for $2. This one I watched, he said $1. I'm like, $1 for 2 people? Okay, how are we going to do this? I was just kind of interested in how he was doing it. So basically, he went into the store and bought like a big potato, maybe even 2 potatoes. I don't know, but he bought a potato, and then he bought some beans, like beans that you don't that aren't in a can yet.
You got to soak them.
You got to soak them. He bought some of that, and then he bought like a jalapeno.
Okay.
Right. And then he went home, and it was just under $1. He went home and cut it all up and cubed up the potatoes and boiled the beans with the thing and put the jalapeno in there. And he made enough food for 4 people with
Interesting.
$1. I'm like, I want to do this.
Wileen's like, please don't. Please, we can eat for more than $1. I do know how to. There was, I used to be able to eat. I could eat for 2 to 3, like 3 days on $2.
Yeah.
$2 over 3 days. So that would be less than $1 a day.
It's not
I'd
hard.
buy a jar of plain label spaghetti sauce and a pound of spaghetti. And I would just eat pasta.
Yeah, because you remember they got ramen. I mean, ramen is way under $1. Not good for you.
No. I mean, we're not talking about like, I wasn't getting creative. Like I'm going to buy, I was just looking at pure, like, what can I buy that will get me to the next, like, I mean, a big one for me for a long time was buying a loaf of cheap bread and a jar of peanut butter and just eating peanut butter sandwiches, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, that was, that was it. That was it. Peanut butter sandwiches and water.
Stolen crackers.
Stolen crackers. Watch, can you imagine if they come after me now, all these decades later, and they're like, I understand you stole crackers from us. I'd be like, well, maybe if you paid a livable wage.
God, I hear you.
I wouldn't have had to steal crackers.
And that was Second City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've never been into Second City, but I was just watching a Netflix show with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has a show on
With comedians.
Yeah, with comedians. Right? It's a competition. Mm-hmm. So basically all these comedians, he goes and watches them with another comedian, like a guest comedian. And whoever gets moved on is kind of like American Idol. And then they all compete against each other. But one of them was in Second City, is where they had the competition.
Oh,
yeah, okay. It was okay. And the show's all right, but and the winner gets a Netflix show.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
Too late to put my name in.
But yeah, I think it is.
Dang it.
Some girl just dropped, though. I think Kevin might have talked her into staying, but she was dropping because I think the show was there's some comedians that are roasters, they're really hardcore. Yeah. And she said, I'm not a roaster or something like that. I'm just going to drop out. Kevin's like, huh? So I'm like, if you're going to drop out, I mean, that's on you, I guess. Depends. She's probably just
I can understand, like, if you don't understand, like if you're like, I can't do that. That's not my comedy. And if that's what you're looking for, I can't deliver on that.
That's just
what I'm saying? And I think it's nice that Kevin stepped in and was like, I know there are a lot of these, but that's not the only variety that we're looking for. Yeah. It's
pretty good. Some of them suck, but yeah, some of them are really good. So anywho, we got to motivate. We haven't motivated.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we got to motivate. I'm just going to hit it. We're just going to motivate right now.
I hope today you remember how far you've come. Not how far you still have to go. Not all of the things that are still left on your list. Just this. You made it through things that once felt impossible. You've had days where getting out of bed felt like a battle. Nights where you cried and didn't tell a single soul. And yet here you are, still standing, still showing up. And that matters. That's strength.
That's right. That matters. You bet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, people, be good. I'm going to start carrying some money or something. And I probably shouldn't announce that in my pockets.
You're like, I'm going to start carrying thousands of dollars on me. Like, tell me again where you plan on going this afternoon.
Yeah. I wanted some people that are on the side, they need help, right?
Yeah.
Some people I don't think they need as much help. I've helped one kid who was standing there who was trying to get enough money to get us some education, and he needed to take a test. I don't know if I got pulled in on that one, but the kid didn't look like this is what he normally does on the corner. Okay. But then there's some regulars there that are just regulars.
Yeah.
And, then that, they're sleeping there. I just don't know what's going on. But that guy, that really hit me right there for 2 weeks because we've all been there.
Yeah.
On that thing before. So, yeah.
I mean, and it's also like how you want to, it's hard. Once you find yourself, I think that's the thing, especially now with this economy and like everything that's going on, show some grace to people, show some kindness.
Sure.
I mean, they may look like they have got it all figured out, but they may be struggling in ways that you don't even know.
I mean,
and I was lucky in the sense that, like, if things were bad enough, I could have turned to my parents. I could have said, but I didn't.
Did either. Yeah.
That was the thing. I remember my mom coming to my apartment
and crying.
Like, seriously, I was like, why didn't you tell us that you were living like this?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, because this is part of the adventure. This is part of it. It's like, it doesn't count. Like, it almost felt like it didn't count if I had a safety net or a life preserver. Like, I was like, this is me going out into the world like a big kid and pulling up my pants and saying,
look at me, I'm a thief.
Figure it out. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. All right, so we're going to roll out of here. You want to jump in and reach us, you can do it at BPS Crasher or 402-915-0962. Again, check out the merch. We got merch. It's for the Party Crashers, and that's you, my friends. We'll see you later. Have a safe day, and do yourself good.
Squirrel in my fro, big party show. sitting on the john.
We believe in a naked America and man breasts. Please spread the peanut butter on your thighs so everyone will know.
Big party show. Back hair will grow. Number one, make it so. Big party show. Big party show. Big party show.